Hey, this is Rosa, RCG Creations. How are you doing? Just double checking to make sure that I'm in frame and it's recording. Today I'm bringing you a card. It's actually an easel card. And bear with me, I had it, but then I moved it away trying to clear my table out. Okay, here it is. And it comes with an envelope. Okay, so you get your little envelope, and then look, I wanted to show you. You do an indentation on here, and I'm going to give you the measurements. And it makes a little sleeve, so that way if you want to make it a little bit puffy, you can. And you still have plenty of room to put it in there. You just give yourself, that's about, I think that's like 1/4. Let me get my measurement in here, let's find out. That is, it's a 1/2 inch. So when you do your measurements for your envelopes, give yourself 1/2 inch on both sides. And then you would fold in the center. And then you fold it down, so that way it folds flat. But if you do a card that you want some dimension to go in it, that gives you a 1/2 inch on this side and 1/2 inch on this side for the depth to go in there. And then don't forget, when you add something that's more than 1/4 inch in thickness, and usually when you have a trimmer, most trimmers, if you can slide it through, then it's okay. If you can't slide it through, then you have to put extra postage in there. That's here in the United States, okay? So anyway, here's the envelope, 6 by 6. Oh, let me get my little notes here. So this is a 6 by 6 envelope. This card, this is a card front, is 6 by 6. And then this card, this is a card that's 6 by 12, and you want to score at 3, and you want to score at 6. And the way this works is when on the long side, of the 12-inch side, is where you want to score at 3, then you score again at 6. And then you just want to fold it in on the score lines. I'll get my bone folder here. You always want to varnish the score lines just for extra crispness. Okay. And then you're gonna, this is your easel, and then this is your card front, and you're gonna adhere glue or adhesive of any kind, wet or double-sided, however you want to do it, all in here. Then you're going to attach this to this part right here, so when you pick it, when you open it and open it up, that is the easel. So I wanted to show you, that's what the easel looks like. There's the side view of it. Of course, all this will be stuck together. And what's nice about this is you can make it this way, and you can make it however you want to do it. And it's totally up to you. Use your imagination. But you do have to put something here that's dimensional. And I've used double-sided foam, because something has to stay here so it'll hold up, so the card stays open all the time. Stays open flat like that. So, and this is what's really nice about this 6 by 6 card, is you can make it, you know, if you wanted to make it totally flush like this, you could do that if you wanted to. So that way when the card opens up, it does that. And then when you get ready to mail it, you fold it flat. So basically your imagination is totally on you. Alrighty, so you could do it just like I did here, totally flushed, or you add it at a different length, however you want to do it. So there's the card, and then that's the envelope. Okay, and then I want to show you the completed card that I already did. And I'm just doing this because I'm trying to stay under my 15 minutes, because I do tend to talk and talk and talk and talk. Okay, but there's a card, and see the depth that's there? And it's because of the little foam here, but as you can see, because of the extra width of the envelope, you've got plenty of room, because it goes in not a problem. Alrighty, so now here's the front of the card. That's the first thing that you see. Okay, and I just did some little stickers, embellishments. I have these in my stash here that I had. And this is a St. Patrick's Day, because this is a swap that I'm doing with a partner. And we just have to make a St. Patrick's Day card. So those are just I just chose to use stickers just because I had them. You use whatever you have in your stash. And then I got, this is Vellum, and I embossed it with my this is called Palette Stamp and Sticker glue pad. This is my embossing glue, and then I embossed it with my Wow Metallic Gold Rich embossing powder. So there's that. And I didn't realize that. I don't remember if I showed you this or not. So there, I'm hoping I'm going to focus there. Okay, so I hope it's in their frame. So that's the embossing powder. Oh, and don't forget, before you do any kind of embossing with your embossing powder, you want to use some kind of, this is baby powder. I can tell by the way it smells. This is from EK Tools, and I like it because it's got my little brush, but excuse me, because this is like 3 or 4 years old. I use it quite often. It's the only thing that I use. And you want to powder whatever it is before you ink it. So you want to powder the area that you're going to ink, okay? And then you get your embossing powder, and then you stamp your image with this glue. And then you add your powder on top. Now I always use my filter. So I have one filter where I've been putting my powder. You want a whole bunch of powder is good because the powder is only going to stick to the glue. It's not going to stick to anything else, okay? So you're not going to waste it. But you want to make sure you have a lot, because you want to make sure that the whole, everything that you just inked is got powder on it. So put it on there, and then you take it out. And then I use a separate piece of paper. And I'll show, in fact, I'll show you here because this is really, really fun. This is really easy. So let's just pretend this has got a stamped image on it. Okay, so you want to just put it all over right in here. And then you want to just tap it with your fingers. And the only thing that's going to stick is the powder to the glue. Nothing else. Everything else is going to go fly away. And then you want to put it, all this, what's left over here, you want to put it back into your container, because you get to use this again. Okay? That's why it's always good to have another piece of paper here at the bottom, because if you have little scragglers like I do here, not a big deal. And then this little excess like here, to me that's not worth the headache. I just take it in my trash can, which is right next to me, and I just shake it out. So all the stuff is going to shake off. Now I still see some stuff here, but this is from my other embossing one. So just take your little finger and then shake it again some more until all that comes off, and then there, see, it's all gone. And then the same thing for this. Now I'm just gonna, if I have any extra, because sometimes, hey, we're human, we may spill whatever. Then you just shake it, and then there. Now this is not embossing powder. This is from another project. Okay, but you would do the same thing. Take it to your trash can, and then shake out any excess, and there you go. Then you get your, make sure you close this right away. Okay, and then you're done with this filter part of it. Then you get your hot heat gun, and I happen to have the Darcy heat tool. There's all different kinds out there, and I'm going to turn it on for just a second. So it's a little noisy, but not bad, but you want to turn it on for the very first time until it gets hot, because when you're working with vellum, this will burn if you got too much heat on it. So in the vellum, what you do is, I'm going to show you right quick. You're making it work. You feel it to make sure it's hot. Once it's hot, you just go once, go away, go once, go away, go once, and go away until it turns all shiny. And once it turns all shiny, then that is embossed. Okay? So my particular card, I just did my little stickers, my little, pot of gold, my little leprechaun hat, and my little 4-leaf clovers. And then this is just vellum, and what I used is this particular die right here. And this comes from the set. That is this one. This is Spellbinders Nestabilities, and this is the Decorative Labels 34. There's 4 different dies in this set. This is item number S4-427. And there is all the set, and there's the information on the die. And there's that, in case you want to look it up and you want to order it yourself. And these dies come, one of them is 1 3/4, 2 1/4, 3 1/8, and then 4 inches is the dimensions. But I just liked it because I think that's a pretty little die. Okay, so get that out of the way. And so that is what I cut. This is my vellum that I cut out. And these are just stickers. And then I used my glue pad to emboss, and my embossing powder. So that's the front of the card. Now the inside of the card, let me erase this up, and there is the side. That's the entire card. So when your recipient gets it, that's what the entire card looks like. And I cut this out of my Cricut using the Cricut Light cartridge. I have an expression, so I'm still old school. I don't do the new stuff. Okay. And I just had my, where did I put it? Okay, where did I put my little book? I have a little book, so you can see everything a lot better. I just had it here. Oh, it fell. Okay, so here's a little, and each one of these cartridges are different in how they come with a bunch. Some of them have a bunch of pages and books. It just depends on the cartridge. But these are all the images that you can cut out with this particular cartridge. And here it is where I did Luck of the Irish. So it tells you, now right here it tells you when to shift, when to don't shift. And so there are 4 different colors. But you can make them all one color. You can do it 2. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. But if you want the entire look to look like this, and then what I do is, if you want the entire color to look like this, you want to just follow it exactly that it is. So you want to use 4 different colors of cardstock. You can do card paper too, but because I wanted it to be thicker, I'm used cardstock instead of card paper. Now, I made some because I wanted it to be smaller. But I started off, this is a 2-inch one. I did one at 1. It was way too small. They were so detailed. It would take me forever to put them all together. And I just go, you know what? Life is too short. I'm not messing with that. So I write myself little notes in here. That way I know, like on this particular font here, don't go anything smaller than 1 inch because it's just too small. And I know my blade needs to be changed soon. It still cuts really good, but I do need for extra fine cutting with my Cricut machine, on my Cricut blade. I need an extra really, really sharp blade. So I would recommend you do 1.5 or bigger, but don't go to 1. So that's my little notes for myself in the future to know either I get a brand new blade or I go 1.5 or bigger when I want to cut this particular font out. Okay, and then there's all the other ones. It's kind of small. It's really small to see, but they do tell you step by step on how to do it. And here's all the other ones, and here is what the keypad looks like. And unfortunately, not all of the Cricut cartridges come with an instruction book like this. Most of them do, but not all of them do. And now if you got the new machine, like the new Cricut machines, you don't even need this at all because it's all electronic, so it doesn't really matter now anymore. And then I wanted to show you, this is a Gnome name stamp. Here is where I use the Happy St. Patrick's Day that I embossed. And this is just a bunch of different holidays, but there's no name, so I don't have a name to it. I had got this from one of my resellers that I order from on Facebook and YouTube. And then my little border here. This little border was made with this die right here. I thought it was kind of cute, but what you do is you put ribbon through it. You can even put paper through it too, but I wanted to use ribbon. But this is actually vellum. I cut this out of vellum with this die, and then I embossed it with the exact same gold that I used for the lettering. So let me bring this up so you can see that. So this gold is the same thing as the gold on there, and it's the vellum. And let me see if you can see that. I already stuck it together. See there the white back there? That's the white vellum. Because I only inked the glue on the front. And then I use my heat tool to set the embossing powder. And then what I did is I used these little set of rhinestones. And you cut them. They're little squares. And you cut them however you want to use it. You can use the whole strip however you want to do it. It's totally up to you. And then I just cut them out. And they're self-adhesive. So I just take the backing off and then I stick it on here. So I don't have to worry about putting any glue or anything else on that. I could have if I wanted to, but I wanted just a little bit of bling. And so that's what I used here, was these little mini rhinestones. And then what I've done, I want to show you. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, here's the kit on that one. Let me show you. This is from Stampendous, and it's called Cutting Die Borders. And you get all of these dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. That's right. There's 2 of them. A little one here, and then there's another one right here. Yeah, look at this. You get one of these little thin ones that's smooth, and they're almost the same thing, but it's a different shape, and it's got little dots all over it. So all this will come out, and then your other little dies. But this is the ribbon one that I used. So this one is called item number DCP1009, and let me show you the information. That way if you want to order, you can go online and order that yourself. So there's the information. Again, that's a description of all the dies on that set. But isn't that pretty? Isn't that gorgeous right there? I like that. I like it when you get something like this and they give you ideas. Then all I did was I always get the air vent covers, like from Home Depot, Office Lowe's, or stuff like that. You get a package of 3 for like $7 or $8, something like that. It's not very expensive, but they're really, really long. And I just cut it down, and I put my double adhesive on the back, so this way it always stays here. So I always have my magnet, and then I just put this in a little pocket protector. Little clear, they're called pocket sleeves, stamping sleeves, die sleeves. And I stick it in there, that way it's always there, and it's easy for me to get in and out. And then here is, this is Mainstays Crafts Sheer Ribbon Necklace Kit. This is like for if you wanted to make like necklaces for beading. But I love the ribbon because, number one, it's got all these different colors. So I've already used this other color, whatever. I think it was a purple one, this one was here. But I've already used these colors up, and this is what I have left. So it's nice. And this doesn't have an item number or a name, so I can't tell you. But anyway, I got this at one of my local box stores. It was Michael, Hobby Lobby, or Joann's. I'm not for sure which one. But anyway, so there's, trying to move slow. I gotta remember I don't want to move too fast, so you can see what's going on if you want to order this for yourself. And then here is that vellum, and it's a little on the thicker side. Vellum does come in different thicknesses, and they even sell the vellum that's got designs already on there. There's some embossing on there, because you can emboss with this, you can ink on this, you can use your StazOn, you can use your regular inks, you can put your distress inks, you can color it, you can use your colored pencils. You can emboss on it and then color on the back of it with some pencils or with some markers. There's all kinds of things that you can do with vellum. So try to get yourself some vellum and practice with it, because you can get all kinds of things done with vellum. I really like working with vellum. Alrighty, so anyway, so that's the card, and that's the whole thing. And then when you're done, you just take it out, you fold it, and you want to get ready to mail it. And it doesn't really matter which way you do it. It doesn't make a difference. Just make sure this is held up so you don't buckle the vellum. Because if you notice here, I only use my little rhinestones, and that one just came off. The little sticker. I need to fix that, so I'm going to get some little glue, and I'm going to put it right behind, because one thing with vellum is glue will be shown through, and you can definitely see the double-sided tape through there. The foam tape you can see right through it because it's vellum, it's sheer. I even have some vellum adhesive. I've got some, I think it was Creative Memories. Yeah, in fact, I see it right now. It is Creative Memories, but you can still see the vellum. So You can see right through, you can see the tape through the vellum. So I've opted to always just cover it with some kind of a rhinestone or another die or something, because I have not found, if anybody finds a vellum tape or adhesive or wet glue that works, so once it's dry you don't see through it, please let me know and just put it in the comment section. So what I'm going to do now before I put this in the mail is I'm going to put some wet glue behind all these and double enforce them. See, this one here, it worked because I was more off the paper, off the vellum, onto the cardstock. So this is stuck. This one's not, because I was just using a very tiny, tiny little piece to put the rhinestone in the adhesive, but it didn't stick all the way through. So, but you know, something like this happens. So that's why it's always good when you make your cards, when you're doing something like this, make it, put it away in your envelope, package it, move it around like I've been doing. And if something comes loose, you want to know that it came loose before you actually put it in the mail to the recipient, so she doesn't have to, she or he don't have to worry about, uh-oh, this part didn't stick. So anyway, that's my card. And there's my little envelope that goes with it. So this is going to go in the mail. And this will, because of the size and the depthness, this will cost me a regular forever stamp and a 15 or 20 cent over the ounce limit stamp, and that should be enough to so about 70 cents is what it'll cost me to mail. But it's worth it, because I'm wanting I only make my cards for someone that I know would enjoy them. I don't make cards just to give to people, because you know, a lot of people, some people like it, but a lot of them don't ever tell you that they even got it or they appreciate it. But anyway, so that's my take on this. If you have any questions, put it on the comments. Don't forget to hit like, share, and comment, and subscribe. And we thank you so much for watching, and you have a wonderful day. See you at the next video. Bye-bye.